welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Lydia and I'm a stay-at-home mom to my 3 kids, and we just do all the mommy life things on this channel: cooking, cleaning, decorating, thrifting hauls, grocery hauls, just the things that we do as a mama. And so I come on here and share that with y'all. But today I'm doing a 40 questions to get to know me. I was tagged in this by Ashley over at More Basics, and I will put her YouTube channel up here at the top, and I will also tag her channel in my description box below. But she tagged me in this, and so I thought, hey, this is fun. This is a good way to get to know a little bit more about me. And so I will definitely do that, even though it's been several weeks since she tagged me in that. And so I'm sorry about that, Ashley. I really tried to get to this a little bit sooner than I have, but I really appreciate you tagging me in it anyway. All right, so to let you know a little bit more about Ashley, definitely go check her channel out. I actually found her on YouTube by her salvation video that she did, and it is very good. Has over 60,000 views. Just an amazing testimony of what God did in her heart and her life and how he changed her. And so I would highly recommend you go watch that if you have not. But she is just a sweetheart. I love getting to see her videos, and her husband live in Tennessee. Now they're currently in a rental house, having some issues with that, and they're trying to build their own home and things like that. So I just kind of love being able to keep up with her life, and we have talked back and forth a little bit, and I enjoy keep watching her videos. But she is just a sweetheart, and I don't know that she knows this. I don't think I've ever told her, but she really inspired me to share more of my faith on YouTube. I know probably a lot of people on YouTube don't know, but I tend to be very shy and backward kind of person. And so to be open and real and honest with you and to share my faith is definitely something that I work at. It doesn't just come naturally. And so when I watched her videos and how she just shared, you know, the good times and the bad times and what God was doing in her life, it just really inspired me to do the same on my channel. And just to be real and to be honest, and to share that sometimes every day isn't a perfect day. Even as a Christian, even though we have God in our hearts and our lives, it doesn't mean that every single day of our lives is perfect, and that we don't make mistakes, and that we don't have struggles and things like that. And so I love how real she is and how sweet she is. Every time I watch one of her videos, she blesses my heart. And so thank you, Ashley, for doing that. I really appreciate you being real and being honest and being who you are, and just sharing your love for the Lord. I really appreciate that. And so thank you for tagging me in this video. I'm also going to tag my sister. Her name is Joanna Husky on YouTube. I will put her name up here and also tag her her channel in the description box below, so you can go over and get to know her as well. It may be a little while before she gets her video out, because she is currently trying to find a home in South Dakota. They just moved from Tennessee. Her husband is in the military, and so they just moved from Tennessee to South Dakota, and they're in the process of getting a new home and moving and all of that. And so it may be a little while before she gets hers out, but she did tell me that she would like to participate in it. And so I'll put her channel in the description box below as well. And so make sure you go check her out. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into these questions, because I have 3 kids and I don't get much time before one of them's going to run in here. So we will go ahead and get into it really quick. Do you have any pets? And yes, we do have pets. We have a little miniature Dachshund that we bought for our kids for Christmas in 2020, and they absolutely love him, and he loves them. He has definitely become a big part of our family. Are you in a relationship? Yes, I am married. I've been married to my husband, the love of my life, for 13 years. Do you believe in God? Yes, I believe in God. He is everything to me. He is my best friend. He's my Lord and my Savior. He saved me as a 14-year-old girl, and he changed my life. I've never been the same since, even though I was raised in church and didn't know anything but God, honestly, in my home. When I got saved, I was changed forever. I've never been the same since, and he has been my best friend, and he has been everything in my life. When people have failed me, he has never failed me. He has been everything that I ever need, or that I ever will need. And so if you don't know him, I would highly suggest that you get to know him, because your life will never be the same if you do get to know him. He will change you in a way that only God can change you, and he will make you something that you never thought you could be. Would you choose a car or a truck? I would choose a car. I've always loved muscle cars, and honestly, I've always loved Mustangs. I would love to have like the brand spanking new Mustang, or I would love to have like a 1963 model. I've loved those. I think they're so pretty. like that style anyway. And so I would definitely choose a car over a truck. Do you hunt or fish? Yes, my dad and my 5 brothers were all very avid hunters, and so I was around hunting all my life. My grandpa, everybody that I knew was hunting or hunters. So I have been hunting before. I've never actually killed anything, but I have been hunting before. And do you fish? I do fish. I love fishing. My husband and I used to do a lot more of it when we were, before we had kids. We both enjoy doing that, and our kids like to fish. So yes, we have been fishing. Do you drink alcohol? No, I do not drink alcohol. And I have seen what alcohol does in a family and what it will do to a person, how it will ruin them, wreck their lives. So no, I do not drink alcohol. What is your favorite foods? I would say just good home cooked meals, like country cooking. I don't know what you would call it, but I don't know that I necessarily have a favorite food. But I guess like just good country cooking. Hamburger or hot dog? I would say probably I would go for a hot dog before a hamburger. I don't know why, but I've always just like hot dogs. A hamburger just seems like a lot. Like it always makes me feel like really full or overly stuffed. And so I don't know. I just will go for a hot dog before I would go for a hamburger. But I do like a good hamburger too. What is your morning drink? I would say I normally drink just a cup of water because I try to do intermediate fasting. And so I usually fast till the mid-afternoon. And so I usually won't drink anything but water, or I will drink a hot tea, like an apple cinnamon tea or green tea, and I just don't add anything to it. So either tea or water would be my morning drink, my favorite morning drink. Can you do 100 push-ups? I used to be able to, back in the day, be able to do 100 push-ups probably straight through, but not anymore. I would have to take some breaks. I wouldn't be able to go do 100 straight push-ups. I wish I could, but after having a C-section, I just don't have the core strength like I used to. Well, I mean, I'll have a lot that I used to have, but definitely that is not something that I worked on right after I had my C-section, and so I still kind of struggle with that. And I also have a very large hernia that kind of prevents me doing very good at push-ups. What is your favorite season? I would say my favorite season is probably here in the South would be spring. I really enjoy the cooler weather and just everything coming to life. And so that probably is my favorite season here. What is your favorite hobby? I would say my favorite hobby is probably decorating. I have several hobbies, honestly. I love to decorate. I love to do photography. I used to do photography, sewing, cooking. I love to cook and bake and things like that. I love to craft. I have a lot of different hobbies, but probably my favorite is decorating. I really do enjoy decorating. Are you a skilled craftsman? No, I'm not a skilled craftsman. My dad sure is, and several of my brothers are, and my husband's good at stuff like that. I wasn't blessed with that. And I'm sorry if you hear something. My little girl is taking a nap right here beside me. Anyway, so what is your heritage? We have a lot of German and French in us. My dad's side has a little bit of Cherokee Indian in them. So I don't know if you'd say like a European or whatever. I don't know the technical term for that, but we do have a lot of French and German in my mom's side and in my dad's side, and then a little bit of Indian in there as well. Do you wear glasses? No, I do not. The Lord's blessed me with very good eyesight. I've never had to have glasses or contacts, so I'm blessed with that. Phobias or fears? I was asking my husband about this the other day, and I was like, what would you say my phobia is? And he was so right, and my siblings would say the same thing. I guess it would be suffocation, because growing up, anybody could barely touch me, put me in a wide open space closet, and I was going to freak out and say I couldn't breathe. It didn't matter. Like I said, they could barely touch me. It wasn't like they were sitting on me or nothing, and I would say I couldn't breathe. And still to this day, if I get in like a close confined area where there's plenty of oxygen, I'll say I can't breathe. So I guess suffocation is just my phobia. And fear, I would say I have a fear of drowning. I don't know why. A lot of my dreams, I'm drowning, or like I feel like I'm drowning. I don't know why, but it's just something I've always been scared of, is drowning. So I guess that's my fear. Do you have a nickname? I've had a couple different nicknames growing up. My mom always used to call me Elizabeth, and that is my middle name. So I guess, I don't know if that's technically a nickname. I had a cousin that would call me Blondie. And then like my siblings, they call me Fry. One time, I'll tell you the stories to make sense as to why they call me Fry. But when I was like working out and stuff like that, and I would tan, and I would go to the tanning bed and I would come back, and one time I really did. I got hurt, and so they just started calling me from then. From then on, they called me Fry, and it stuck. And so now a lot of them do call me Fry. What is your favorite candy? I love chocolate, and so, but I would say my favorite is probably Reese's or Dove chocolate. Do you believe in ghosts? And no, I don't believe in ghosts, because the Bible clearly states that when someone passes on, they go into eternity. And so I do not believe in ghosts, but I do believe in demons, and I do believe in angels. The Bible clearly talks about that. So I don't believe in ghosts. Rain or snow? I would probably here in the South choose rain, because it does kind of tend sometimes to help cool things down in the summer months. But snow is not a good thing here in the South, because they're not prepared for it and everything shuts down, and it kind of is just not the greatest thing. And we really don't get a whole lot of it anyway. So where I currently live, I guess I would choose rain. Let's see here. Where am I at? Do you have piercings? The only thing I have pierced are my ears, and I just have one piercing. What is your age? I am 36, just turned 36 in May. French fries or onion rings? I would definitely choose French fries. I like onions, but I just have never been a big fan of onion rings, so definitely French fries. Do you have children? And yes, I have 3 children. I have 2 boys and a girl. I have a 11-year-old, 8-year-old, and then my little girl is 4 years old. Can you sing? Now, this is debatable. I think I like to sing. I would say that. I enjoy singing. But can I sing? I don't know that I technically can sing. I don't know that I have a very good voice. It's not a very good, strong voice, but I do enjoy singing, so we'll just go with that. I don't know that I can sing, but I enjoy singing. What is your favorite color? Probably, I don't know. I feel like my colors have changed, the colors I like. Although you'd ask anybody, I've always liked bright colors. Growing up, it was like neon green would have been my favorite color. But I'd say this like peachy kind of coral color is probably like my favorite color now. As you've probably seen, I have a lot of different clothes in this like coral color. Can you whistle? Yes, I can whistle. My grandpa taught me how to whistle when I was pretty young, and so yes, I can whistle. Where were you born? We lived in West Virginia, but I was actually born in Maryland. The hospital that I was born at was in Maryland. Do you have siblings? Yes, I have 5 brothers and 4 sisters. There's 10 of us all together, so I have 9 siblings. Can you cook? Yes, I can cook. I enjoy cooking. My husband would say that I'm to blame for his clothes shrinking. So yes, I can cook. I enjoy cooking. My mom taught us to cook young. Probably when I was 6 or 7, I was in the kitchen helping cook, and she thought it was very important for us to learn how to cook at a young age, and to continue to get better at it. Like if we would do good at a meal, she's like, okay, we'll try a different one. She definitely encouraged us often to get better at cooking on different things that we may not have been good at. It was funny because growing up, I was good at like cooking regular food, and my oldest sister was good at cooking like, sweets and stuff like that. So we'd be like, oh, this is a meal for today. I'll cook the meal, you cook the sweets. And she'd be like, yeah. And we did that all the time. And then finally my mom caught on to it, and she was like, no, that's not going to work, because then she's going to know how to cook good food, and you're not going to know how to cook nothing. And one day your husband's going to say, I really enjoy the sweets, but I would kind of like to have like a home cooked meal, actual meat and potatoes and things like that. And so my mom caught on to that real quick, and she was like, girls, you got to swap every now and then. You got to learn how to do everything. You can't just be, you cook all the sweets and you cook all the good food. So yes, I know how to cook, and I enjoy cooking. Can you swim? Yes, I know how to swim. My dad had a really funny way of teaching us all to swim when we were little. He would throw us off the dock at the lake that we would swim off and say, swim or sink, So we learned real quickly how to doggy paddle, or whatever you want to call it, survival mode. And so I learned that pretty young, because we spent a lot of our summers at the lake where my grandpa worked, and we swam all the time. And so we learned pretty young how to swim. I was also a lifeguard as a teenager. So yes, I do know how to swim. Shower or bath? I used to like to take a lot of baths, but now as a mom and just not having the time, I probably would say I take more showers than anything. City or nature? I definitely would always choose nature. I am not a city person by any means. You can ask my husband. We live pretty close to Charlotte. I freak out anytime we have to go. I do not like cities. Charlotte especially, I will go and I can enjoy myself when like we go out to eat or something. Like he's taking me that Ruth Chris and stuff like there for Valentine's Day, and we've stayed in the city and it's been fun. I honestly feel like I'm less stressed about it when it's just him and I. But when we're there with our kids, I'm really stressed. I feel like anything and everything is out to get them. And I don't know why I'm like that. I just am. So I really just enjoy being in the country. We live back in the woods and stuff like that. And I honestly would like to be even more in the country. We have neighbors. I would honestly like to be nowhere near anybody. But that's just how I've always been. You can ask any of my family. I always say I was going to grow up to be a hermit one day. But have you ever had stitches? Yes, I've had stitches several times. I cracked open my chin as a little kid. I have stitches there. I was jumping on a bed one time with a pencil and it went up in the roof of my mouth. I have stitches there. I had a C-section. They did like stitches, internal stitches for that. Other stitches from pregnancies and things like that. I had exploratory surgery where they went to see some different things, and so I had some stitches. No, it wasn't stitches. It was actually the glue or whatever that they used. So yes, I've had stitches several times. Let's see here. Any broken bones? Yes, I have broke my foot when I was about 14. I broke my foot. How many TVs do you have? We currently have 3 TVs in our house. We have one in the sitting room outside of our bedroom, one in the living room, and then we have one in our boys' room where they watch DVDs and stuff. Do you dance? No, I do not dance. Nobody would want to see that anyway. My boys are sitting here watching me and they're laughing. Camping or hotel? Depending on where you're at, if it's like in the South where it's very hot and humid, I would definitely say hotel all the way. You've got to have air conditioning. And with kids, it's a lot easier. Hotels are a lot easier for sure. But I honestly, myself personally, love to camp. My kids like camping as well. How long have you been gardening? I have been gardening my whole life. Growing up, that's like I talked about the hunting. My brothers and my dad hunted a lot to provide meat for our family. My mom never worked. She stayed at home mom and raised us kids, and also homeschooled us as well. So it was my dad's income that we had. So we really honestly were dependent upon what deer they could kill and what we would grow in our garden. And then we also worked for vegetable farmers where we would pick produce, and in return they would give us produce as our payment. And so kind of like a swapping thing. We would pick we would pick green beans, corn, tomatoes, things like that. And then in return, he would let us get what we wanted for ourselves. So we would can and freeze different things like that. And so, but my mom taught us very young to work in the garden, to have a garden. We always had a very large garden. And my mom was very good. Even though she says she never had a green thumb, she was very good at teaching us different ways to get things to grow better, like tomatoes and stuff like that. And to always kind of learn to perfect that. And so I've been gardening pretty much my whole life. Do you think you are weird? I would say yes. I think I'm weird. I am socially awkward. I am, like I said, I'm an introvert for sure. And so when people talk to me, I feel like I always say the wrong thing. And so I would definitely say I'm weird. But our preacher was talking the other day about being a Christian and just owning it. He said, just wear it proudly. We're not going to fit in a lot of times with certain people, and people are going to make fun of the way we do things. And he said, just wear, your Christianity proudly. And so I am weird, but I'm going to wear it proudly. So I guess we'll say, yeah, I'm weird. But I think that's it. That's the last question. I hope y'all enjoyed it, getting to know a little bit more about me. And if you would like to be tagged in this video, let me know in the comment section, and I will definitely tag you. And you can participate in this as well. Before I close out the video, my little girl has been asking to say her new verse that she has learned. And so I was going to let her share that with you. You can go ahead and sit up real tall so they can see you. I'm going to sit right here. There you go.
Psalm 29. O Lord, have searched me and known me. Know my down sitting and my uprising. Understand my thoughts afar off.
Good job. A new one. Thou compassest
my path and my lying down, and I'm acquainted with all my ways.
For there is not a
word in my tongue.
But lo, Lord.
That alone, O Lord, I know it all together.
Good job. she's been learning that over the summer. And so she said, Mommy, I want to say that on your videos. Make sure you go over and check out Joanna Husky's channel and keep an eye out for her video. And also check out Ashley over on More Basics. And I will put those in the description box below. But I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all have a blessed day. And I'll see you in the next one. And say bye.
Bye.